Hello, my friends, and welcome back once again to the Drunken Celts. I'm myself, Baltic, and I'm here today or tonight, whenever you're listening, with my man, Bulby. How's it going, mate?
Not so bad, mate, not so bad. Just chilling, playing games, watching TV shows, and maxing, relaxing, basically. Fucking after our day's work.
Yep, got to be done. You might hear some traffic in the background. That's
Aye.
because we've got our on-road reporter there. But
Yep.
today we're going to be talking about not video games, but a TV show based in a video game. And that is, of course, Last of Us.
Yep, damn right, that's what we're about.
Now, I'm right in saying, Bobby, we've both played through Last of Us a couple of times at least. I think I've done 2 or 3 at least.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times. I played the original, then they brought out the remaster, didn't they? I went through it again.
Yeah.
I didn't play the latest rehash of it. But
Oh, wait, did they just remaster it again for PS5, the first one?
Aye, they've done The Last of Us Part 1, haven't they?
Oh my god, for fuck's sake.
It's turning into GTA 5, mate.
Aye, it's like, how much more could they actually have done to it? Because the original remaster was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, it was an impressive remaster. It was what we needed at the time because it dropped obviously at the end of the PS3, didn't it? So it was good to get that little boost for the PS4. But I don't know. Fucking some people are saying it's better because of I think they put a little bit more modern gameplay mechanics into it, didn't they? I think.
They kind of updated it a bit.
I think that's what they did. Yeah, I think it mostly plays out the same, but it might just be controls.
Well, I remember when it first obviously released on the PS3. It was actually the main big reason me and you both went for 360 onto PlayStation at the time. Am I right?
Yeah. That's the only reason I bought a PS3 at the end of that shite era.
Yep, I remember just seeing the clips to it, and I'd always had my eye on like Uncharted and stuff. But then when I seen Last of Us, the gameplay and stuff, I was like, oh my god, I need to play this fucking game. So I traded my Xbox and got it.
Yeah, it's funny, I actually looked at the Uncharted games back in the day of the 360, and I was just like, oh, it's just like poor man's fucking Tomb Raider, you know what I mean? That's all I thought of it really at the time, and then I got The Last of Us, I thought, oh, this is more my shit, I'm getting this. Bought The Last of Us, bought the PS3 second-hand off eBay, bought The Last of Us, played the shit out of it, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll try these Uncharted. And yeah, loved the shit out of them as well.
Aye, they were really good games. I remember what always put me off them, and why I never dived in earlier, was when you seen the gameplay footage and like headshots wouldn't kill guys. And I just thought to myself, that's crap, man. A headshot's got to fucking kill a cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think that nowadays. I mean, that's I really like the Division 2, but there's these games where, yeah, it's a thing where you've got to pop them like 4 or 5 times in the head, and it's just like, nah, fucking headshot's a headshot.
Exactly.
That's how it's got to be.
Speaking of headshots, and I know we're getting a bit off topic, but we've just been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the latest kind of remixer. What, it was out in 2019 or whatever. Now that's a game with some good headshots.
Oh, fuck me. I don't want to start going off on a tangent, but fuck me, what a campaign that was. Holy shit.
But anyway, we're here to talk.
That's how you do.
Aye.
That's how you do a campaign, and that's how you do gunplay. That's how you fucking do it. That is just, yes.
Yep.
Give me more of that.
Infinity Ward are the kind of gunplay masters at the moment, man, and they're showing why. But anyway, we're here to talk, no about games tonight, but we're talking about the Last of Us TV show. We're going to kind of give your impressions and stuff on the first and second episode.
Aye, that's it, mate. And just a bit of a disclaimer out there, fucking, we are doing this off the cuff, no script, no nothing, just sat down, 2 friends talking about it, so this could get a little bit mixed up.
Aye, we'll try and go through it like chronologically or whatever, but we will jump a bit as the conversation takes us. But so I remember, Bobby, when this was first announced, and instantly I felt a feeling of dread, because every game thing that they ever try to bring, especially to the TV series kind of thing, has been shit. I mean, look at what they did to Halo. Just earlier on this year.
Yeah.
Or last year, even.
It's not just that had me worried either. It's not just that the games have been I can't think off the top of my head a decent one that was done. But it's not just that; it's the modern day of storytelling and stuff. It's just that combined with it being a game. I thought, oh no, here we go.
Yeah, too much woke
And of
shit.
course, with our good old friend Druckmann at the helm, I was a bit worried, to say the least.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, after you can say what you want. A lot of people, I suppose, are divided about it, but I know what side of the camp me and you fall on. Last of Us 2 was a kind of woke disaster. Kind of pointless story. But anyway, we're here to talk about Last of Us 1, so we'll stick to that. But I was worried initially. And then when I seen the casting, I was like, oh my God, Pedro fucking Pascal, he's in everything at the minute, you know, he's fucking... and I'd no long just seen him in that Wonder Woman 1984, and I just thought to myself, no, this is not Joel, man. There's no way.
I thought, sorry, I thought, as much as I know his acting caliber could probably pull it off, I was thinking, they ain't just going to chuck a Mexican to be my Joel. No way, not my boy, not my boy. They already went to him with the golf club. They're not going to fucking chuck a Mexican at him. Come on.
Oh well, this is it again. So we've race swapped our main characters. Also, his daughter was a mixed race lassie. His brother now is like a native Indian, by the look at it, or another Mexican. I don't know. I'm no bothered.
It just
about
sounds like
really.
a comedy sketch show, doesn't it? When you're talking about it, I mean, when you know the game, that's what I'm saying. When you can relate to the game, this sounds like a comedy sketch show. He's like, what? What? His brother's got to be some kind of Indian? What? Come on, what?
I know people are probably going to go, his brother's fucking Mexican, boys, come on. Right, okay, we're having a bit of a laugh. But, so that was the original thing. They decided to, like, fucking make it a Mexican, which I'm not too bothered about, you know what I mean? At least they never gender swapped it. At least it wasn't Jolene, do you know what I mean, who ended up being a lesbian or something like that. I could have seen them going that way.
I mean, nothing against the Mexicans or any race. Like, what the thing is, at the minute, it's done to suit certain fucking audiences or to pander to certain audiences, and it ruins characters.
Definitely.
It ruins them. It's been ruining a lot of things lately, but we're not going to. That's a whole different fucking video. We're not going to that. But yeah, nothing against Mexicans. I love a good fucking taco now and again. You know what I mean?
Especially a Mexican female's taco. But anyway, and then we seen who get cast as Ellie, and I'm like, what the who is this chick, man? She doesn't look nothing like Ellie. She looks even younger than Ellie was in the games to like me at first glance. I thought, you know, and then I realised who it was. It was wee fucking Bella Ramsey into Game of Thrones, or whatever her fucking name was.
Which, to her credit, she did a really reasonably good job in that TV show.
In the Game of Thrones, she kind of suited that kind of northern character. Let's be honest, she looks a bit like a northern bird. You know what I mean?
Well, if we're going to be honest, she looks a bit like something I put in a bag at night, but...
I mean, right, we're no way to get on it, the poor lassie. I mean, you are what you are. We're no oil paintings ourselves. But she doesn't look nothing like Ellie, though, does she? I mean, really?
No, that's the main thing. That's the first thing. It's the off-putting, like, image of her next to Ellie. I mean, we're no fucking weirdos, but, like, Ellie, you'd think Ellie would be some, like, attractive character, not to that point, just to the point where she'd be nice to look at on the
TV. Bit easier on the eyes.
Aye, easier on the eyes is what I'm trying to say. Not to be sexualized or anything like that, just to be nice to fucking look at, because she was decent to look at in the game. She was a nice character, nice fucking model, you know. But
I mean, the thing is, they've not even gave her the same hairstyle. She's got a different body build and stuff like that. I mean, that was just original fucking, like, when we seen this casting, we heard that what was going to happen. So then,
the alarm bells were ringing. That's the least I can say with that.
Yeah. But then we got the trailer, and like, I actually thought, fuck, man, this could be half decent.
Yeah, I was in the original trailer that popped today. Was quite surprised by Pascal's performance. Like, well, what you can see from a trailer, you know what I mean? We know trailers mainly show all the best bits, but from what I saw, I was like, you know what, he's actually not a bad looking Joel. So I had a bit more faith then. I still was a bit edgy with the Ellie thing, but
Yep.
yeah.
And
I could see Joel. That was the important thing. I could see Joel. I could see Joel in him. I just didn't know how his performance was going to play out. But we'll get to that.
Yep. Well, I mean, let's just go for it then. I mean, so then we just watched this second episode the other day. There, you watched it today, didn't you? And first episode was last week. So, first impressions. The intro was. I thought the intro was done really well. It was a bit slower. There was bits there we could have cut out. You know what I mean? Like that whole bit of
if we're starting
going
with
for
the
watch.
opening to it. Yeah, if we're starting with the opening, I'll just say I wasn't. I thought the girl who played Sarah was actually not too bad.
I thought she was good at it. I really did.
Yeah, I thought she was not too bad. I thought, well, okay, this is not the Sarah we've seen. We've got like a fair-haired, blonde, blue-eyed girl in the game, but okay, we'll just ignore that for now. We're walking around with Afro.
Well, it makes sense. Okay. He's Mexican. Know what I mean? He can't have a white daughter, really, can he? So
no, I suppose, yeah. So yeah, but the opening I thought was. It diverted a little bit from the game where we saw a bit more of her and walking around the city. Just she was going to fix that watch for her dad because it was his birthday and that. I mean, it's nice and it's endearing, but I thought I thought it was unnecessary. I thought the way that the game set it up with that short, sharp fucking opening, I thought that was perfect. And obviously for a TV show, they're going to change it up a little bit. There's audiences who don't really know this game and have not played it. I suppose you've got to make sure you cater towards them, but. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary for a character that's going to die within the first 10 minutes. I thought we could have cut to the chase a little bit quicker there.
Well, see, it's funny you mentioned that when she goes out to the town and she goes to get the watch fixed. That was the first bit that I was thinking, because she steps out of that bus, right? And it just looks like the lowest budget kind of fucking set they could have thrown. There's like newspapers all over the street. Do you know what I mean? Looks half kind of, but there's still people at the dining carts or whatever there is there. But it was just that whole scene there. I was like, oh, wait a minute here, what is? Because that's what I was wondering was like, how much budget was we going to put into this? You know, I know it's in HBO Max, so I don't really have much experience of watching stuff on HBO Max. You know.
Well, I kind of knew beforehand there was a fair bit of budget thrown at it, and obviously when you're doing a post-apocalyptic world of any type in a TV show, you've got to throw some budget at it. You know what I mean? You've got to throw some funds at it to make it believable. So I knew there was a fair bit going into it. I just, like you say, the opening was a little bit, I don't know, tacky.
There was bits of that.
First 5-10 minutes.
I did like the old granny from next door though. That was a good bit when she walks in the house and gets chased out for her, and Joel wraps her across the head with the wrench.
That was a nice little added-on touch, but I mean, I've no issues with that. That was a deviation from the game's opening as well, but no issues there.
And then I thought this bit was really good, and it kind of harkened back to the game quite well, was when they were driving through the town. You even go to the viewpoint of it, because at this point in the game you're playing as Ellie, and you're sitting in the back seat just watching everything fucking happening. And
Sarah, we're playing as Sarah, aren't we?
Oh, Sarah, aye.
Yeah.
Joel's daughter at this point, aye. So, and it actually showed you that. And then, instead of just getting, like, side-hinged for a truck, it's actually a fucking plane that falls out the sky, which wrecks their car, which was like, wow, fuck, right, okay, my budget fucking worries have been put to rest, man, because I thought that was done really well.
Yeah. I thought, from the moment that Joel walks back in and then they're in the house and he says, right, we've got to get out of here and go. And what was it? Did Sarah step out of the house or did Joel? No, in that particular of the game, Joel steps in the house in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah. Right. That's the thing, they did change a wee bit, because that beginning of that game was spooky as fuck when you're walking about the house and you can just hear everything going on outside. You
hear things going on, you don't know where your dad is, you're walking around, lights are kind of flickering on and off, there's nothing really happening, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
But I mean, they did do that well, as in, you still got that kind of freaky bit when she went in next door, do you know, and you still get the zombie coming after her and stuff. But anyway, he just pulls up as she's getting chased out the house.
That's it,
After getting what's his face for jail. I can't even remember if that happens in the game. I don't think it does.
Tommy, yeah, I think he does, because that's where he is at the start. Because it's
right.
night, she's in bed, isn't she? And that's what he has gone to do in the game. Yeah, if I remember
right,
that is correct. That is game accurate.
And there's a lot of bits through the episodes, man. I've actually been noticing it's like scenes from the actual game, like even the backgrounds and stuff that they've done, and the way they filmed the shots.
Yeah.
It's really actually quite good if you notice what it is. And obviously, it's been a while since I've played Last of Us, so I was watching a wee bit of the intro and stuff.
Me that there's a lot of scenes within the first and second episode that give me nostalgia without me realizing why. I'm just like watching it, then I'm like, oh, this feels nostalgic, and then I realise, oh, that's that setting. So I quite appreciate that, and like you say, the opening was done really well, and then we get onto the whole bit with Sarah and the soldier. So what was your views on that one?
Well, I mean, it kind of went down much like the game. I thought they handled it quite well, and I did feel like, oh fuck, I thought the acting was really good, and by this point I was like, I'm getting into this kind of thing.
That's what impressed me with her. I mean, she does a death scene really well.
That's what I said. I was well impressed with that wee chick. Like she was well good. I thought.
Yeah, she's I forgot who. She's got a famous mother actor. I forgot what her name is.
Oh, has she?
Quite a lot of shit anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I think she was in that. Anyway, doesn't matter. I was impressed by her scene there because just the way she acted that out, and in the game I felt a little bit more emotion than I did watching the TV show. But I don't know if that's just due to we knowing what's coming up and what's happening.
And playing and stuff. Because you're actually in control. I felt the impact more in the game. I will say that, but I mean, we knew it was coming as well. That's a big kind of thing. But to see how they handled they were pretty. I thought the intro was done really well overall, man. For a TV show, there's obviously going to be differences, but I think they did really well with that. But then we fast forward to fucking what is it? How many years later? 20. Is it supposed to be 20 years later? Holy shit, that long?
It is 20 years later in the TV show. I'm not sure if it was only 15 in the game. I was wondering that when it happened. I was like, it's 20 years? I thought it was about 15 years, but I don't know.
But one thing I will say, see in the game, just before we wrap up the intro bit, see in the game, like Joel's daughter seems to me to be about age 10 or something. But in the TV show, she seems to be like about 14 or something like that. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be wandering around the city if you're about 10, are you?
Well, exactly. Yep. And it was even more shocking. Maybe they didn't want to kill off a younger daughter, you know.
But, I mean, maybe they had to use a bit of an older character in the TV show because they wanted to show this intro with her walking around town and going to the shop herself and all this kind of stuff. And actually, that's the only thing I will say that it was a little bit of a negative. Is her doing that and Joel at home and stuff. Joel seemed a bit of a delinquent. If that's what it put it.
Yep. Like she was the one
looking after him.
Yeah.
She was the one looking after her dad, whereas I didn't get that from the game.
No chance you got that for the game. Yeah. He was struggling to make money, but he wasn't struggling to like fucking look after his daughter, you know.
It seemed like she was the one who did the cooking. She done about the pancakes and stuff like that. That's the only little niggle with the opening, but doesn't matter. We'll get on with it.
But so we go 20 years on, and it opens up with this wee guy or wee lassie, I don't even know anymore, walking through like the wasteland, and they take him into the quarantine zone. And this was a bit I actually missed the first time I watched it. See when they scan him. Is it a boy or a girl? I can't even remember, mate. It's a boy, isn't it? Wee boy.
Mate, it's a flip of the coin at this point. I don't know.
Aye.
I don't know myself.
I don't want to be misgendering, Nick, you know what I
mean? Well, just call it they then.
Aye, they, them. Anyway, the wee guy goes in and they actually test him with the thing, and I didn't realise this, the soldier behind shows the woman the red thing, like fucking positive.
Yeah, infected. Yeah.
Aye, I never seen that. So when I'm sure that jag she gets is a lethal injection. Then I know you thought maybe they suffocated her, because next time you see her,
I had the impression that they were suffocated just because of the bag on the head.
Aye. What I think is maybe that's after they're dead and they just bag the head so folk don't need to see their face when they're flinging them in burning piles. But I thought this was a really good way for the next time you see Joel. So you get there's a big huge fire and you get the trucks pulling up and they're just flinging bodies in this fire. And the woman goes up to get the child you just seen get killed, or anyway, he's dead now, whatever happened. And she like taps a guy on the back like, I can't do this. And Joel just turns round and doesn't think 2 seconds. The next time you see him just fucking dumping the Wayne's body into the fucking fire.
Yeah, see, I had an issue with that immediately. I was like, hold on a minute. So you're trying to say that the man in this, the main character Joel, is a heartless bastard. He can fling a kid into a fire with no fucking worries?
Aye.
This is the guy that's supposed to have lost his daughter. Like, come on.
Yep, that's what I thought. I was like, man, this is a bit weird because like the last scene you seen him, he's basically holding his dead daughter, like almost in the same way.
Scene he's flinging a dead kid into a fucking fire. Like, come on, man.
Aye. But that's just to I think that's to show the progression of just how far he's fell, how far he doesn't give a fuck anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like he's shut off for everything now. I think like that's what they're trying to hang. But you just
see that. But
his face there when he's doing it, you can see maybe that he's actual in pain doing it, but he just knows he's just, you know what I mean. He's just accepted life at this point is shit. You know what I mean? He's in survival mode, and that shows again when he's in the line for his work duty, and he's saying, "Well, what pays me?" And he's like, "The sewers or the street sweep," and the guy's like, "Oh, that'll be the one with the shit. It pays me." I mean, so he's like, "Sign me up."
This is going to be jumping a little bit, but I'm just going to use this future reference here. But fucking, I just with what happens at the end of the episode with the little flashback, I'm thinking. So you have a flashback with a guy who's shooting at you or going to shoot you. You know what I mean? But you're literally picking up a child that looks around the same age as your child, and you have there's no flashback there.
Exactly. Now that is a bit of a difference because, like, if he's triggered so much by that, like the gun getting pointed, that would trigger you, wouldn't it? Flinging a fucking rainbow. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, of course it would.
Or maybe this is like a job that he's done 100 times now. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. You know, he's done this so many times now that it doesn't affect him as much. He's no really had guns pointed in his face with a kid behind him. You know.
We're just left guessing because there's not really anything to show that. You know what I mean? Maybe he has done it a load of times, maybe he hasn't, we don't know. We're just left guessing.
But this is one bit, I don't know if it's just because it's the game or whatever, but I felt better, like, in touch with what was going on in the quarantine zone in the game, and it felt like maybe a real place, if that makes sense, because it's like, this was another bit I was thinking, man, this could be still dodgy, because the sets are very wee, there's no much really going on, you know. I didn't think much of that cop actor that he was selling the drugs to.
No, he was a bit of that was a bit of padding. I don't know why that was in there really.
Aye.
Felt like that was unnecessary.
It was to foreshadow like when he gets caught basically. And
I get that, I suppose. But I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Would it really have mattered? Like, if say a soldier just caught him, would it really have mattered if we had that foreshadowing?
No.
You think what if you could have left that out? Would it have made a difference? No, you'd have still got a soldier coming at you, and you'd still have had the flashback the same. So I don't think it mattered.
And I know, well, we've obviously spoke a wee bit about it, but I know you were thinking, and I had to agree with you, that Tess seems a lot more in command than Joel does in this one rather than the game.
Yeah, see, what I got from Joel, the general impression I got from him with the first, when we jump forward 20 years and you get that 10-minute like bit with him, the first impression I got is he seemed a bit mopey.
Totally.
And when you get him in the game, he seems like, right, he's in control.
He's in business. He's a man. Business mode. That's another thing. So this whole thing cascades off where you see Tess and she's getting beat up and stuff. That does happen in the game, but I don't know if it happens the same with the bomb blowing up and that's how she escapes. I can't remember that, but it doesn't matter anyway.
No, I'm not sure.
But anyway, so we get Tess, and this is all over a car battery. They're wanting to go to town, and like in the game, it's fucking there's guns in it. They're running guns in the game. So that instantly gives them less an edge. You know what I mean? And there's a wee bit. I don't know if it's as the second episode, but I'll come back to that, where this is kind of referenced. But so in the game, they're like basically pretty much badass professional gun fucking smugglers, aren't they? That's how they make their money, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Joel in the game is literally the veteran of the wasteland. He's been out there smuggling guns, bringing them in, whatever, transporting them, and you know he knows what he's doing. Whereas in the TV show, I kind of felt like, Tess knew what she was doing, Joel was just following. That's what I got. For
most of the way, I would totally agree with you. It's like they took all the agency off of him. Like, even when they meet the Fireflies, right? So when they first meet up with the Fireflies, they go to get their battery back or whatever. And it's Tess that does all the negotiating.
Yeah.
Joel's just kind of there along for the ride, isn't he? He's like,
he's just there to be a viewer, spectator.
The only times he does, like, actual assert some authority is, like, I want the fucking battery. That's what we're going for. You know what I mean? He wasn't taking no for an answer. But and the only thing about his reputation you get is when she says, "Oh, they're fucking terrified of you, Joel." Joel, you know what I mean? But the way he walks about in that, it doesn't look as if he's terrifying anybody. He doesn't even terrify the co-op. He doesn't terrify anybody when he's walking about, man. You know what I mean? Whereas in the game,
it was like they were trying to tell you he's terrifying, but not showing you he's terrifying.
Yep, he wasn't acting like fucking hingy until like fucking. See, this is the thing. I may as well say it now, but like, there's a big difference between my reaction for the first episode and the second episode. Like, I will say this for Pedro Pascal in the first episode, even though he wasn't acting quite like what the Joel would be, I thought he was doing a really good job. Like, and he actually made it believable. I said to you, I was surprised.
I felt like I was watching Joel, but just a watered down version of him. But I felt that his performance coming through as Joel. Like, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if it's just like the aesthetic of him, or fucking if it was his voice. But I think he's nailed certain parts of Joel enough to make me think that's Joel. But there was just that one bit missing, that bit missing, that commanding guy, that fucking veteran missing.
Well, there may be a reason for this, and this is what I was reading. Now, the showrunner, whoever that is, I don't know if that was Druckmann or whoever else is doing it with him, said that they exclusively told Pedro and Bella not to play the games because they wanted them to make the characters their own. Now, this strikes me as kind of...
I've heard this as well. I've heard this. Bella Ramsey specifically was told not to impersonate Ellie in the game.
Right, because she can't or whatever. But no, but like, is that not counterintuitive? So you're making a TV show based on a game franchise for one reason, right? You've already got a fan base out there.
An audience, yeah.
Exactly. You've got a built-in audience that are going to be looking for certain things. One of those things might be for the main characters to have fucking seen what the game goes like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they're wondering why people are criticising performances and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still make the character your own, and like, take inspiration from what was it Troy Baker did the acting for Joe, and
he did the voice acting for Joe.
Aye, he could have been fucking well good, man. I had Troy in there because he.
But this is what I don't get. You see, they say they didn't want the likeness of the game yet.
Yep.
Pascal, seemed to pull that off. So, apart from the demasculation of him, that was about the only thing that you didn't get. So I don't get it, but
I'm talking about the demasculation.
I'll give you a good example.
Right.
I'll just give you a good example of a video game adaptation of a character what pulled it off and made it his own. Henry Cavill, The Witcher.
Boom. There you go. Yep. Very much so.
He portrayed the character as we know him, but made it his own as well.
Definitely. He did an amazing job, I think. And even with the shit he was given to work with the fucking directors and stuff that he's got and the writers. But that's a shame what happened to that, but that's another video.
That's another one.
But the demasculine thing, the big spoon moment, So Pascal's in
have
his
you actually
bed
seen that?
after
Did
a
you go
hard
back and
day.
see it? 'Cause
I did go back and watch it, mate. Yes,
Yeah?
I did miss it the first time round. And no wonder it's only on screen for like 3 seconds or 4
Yeah, a
seconds.
couple
or
of
something.
seconds. Yeah.
But it is. I mean, she just comes in and goes, "Here, turn round, bitch." Basically,
Yeah.
didn't she? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it looked to me like Joel was like in the cocoon
He
position, like
was.
fucking
He was.
fetal, like.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It looked like him that had been battered, arrested, and fucking hanged, like what she just went through. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Surely, I mean,
you'd
I'm not.
expect.
She would have come in and like snuggled into him, like, oh, cuddle me, make me feel secure. Do you know what I
Aye,
mean?
put your arm around me. You know what I mean?
Certainly in the game, that'd have been the fucking thing you were given to fucking. You know, I mean,
Well,
Tess was a
just.
badass bitch. Don't get me wrong; she was badass bitch in the game as
Aye,
well.
she was. Aye.
But I mean, that's just these wee things that a lot of people won't even pick up on or think anything on. It's just wee things like that take away from you, like the main character that we remember in the game. And anyway, I think that's just your modern things. One thing I do want to say.
No, just
when you go.
a little bit of a note on Tess before we move on is that I wasn't expecting that Tess neither. That was kind of a bit of a shocker for me. It kind of threw me back at first. I was like, okay, I was expecting like a kind of a dark-haired.
Yep.
I don't mean
somebody that kind of looked
a bit more of a sexy-looking woman, like.
Aye.
Without being too horrible. Now, there's no wrong with her. She's a perfectly attractive-looking woman. But if we're relating to Tess here, I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, you seen her voice actor, man? Holy shit.
I mean, there you go.
She's easy on the eyes. But anyway, I think the casting for this whole fucking thing, whoever the casting guys are shit. Like, I mean, they're lucky they got Pedro because he is a good actor. I remember getting right into him in Narcos, and then, like, by the time I seen him in that Wonder Woman, as I said, mate, I was like, this isn't the same guy. Like, this is like, what the fuck? But that was because of the director for that and the cheesy shit, man. I never even got all the way through that fucking thing, man. I turned it off after like 20 minutes.
Bitch, the better.
Aye. So that's that, but it brings us to basically the end where so we first meet Ellie.
Right. Yeah.
And she's chained to a radiator, and we get her first bit of performance. She's got a wee bit of cheekiness to her, 7, 8,
kicking
fuck
off
you.
and effing this, effing that.
Yous are getting it, motherfuckers. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't want to be nasty here, but it's hard to tell how this chick's acting sometimes because she looks like she's had a fucking facelift, man. Her skin stretched that tight to her fucking forehead. She's getting the expression. You know what I mean?
Constantly surprised look.
And she's just got that look. It doesn't matter if she's like fucking upset and awe, like somebody's getting murdered in front of her, or fucking, you know what I mean? Somebody's giving her a biscuit. She looks the same.
Yeah, she does. And I didn't know how to take her at first. I was laughing in that first scene. I was just laughing at her. I was like, oh, please, we can't have this, Ellie. Oh, please, Bella Ramsey, get cancelled or something. Say something in the media that's going to get you cancelled, for fuck's sake.
Oh, dude, there is no chance of that, right? Because, like, I went and did a wee bit of fucking research. I was like, fuck it, how did this chick get his roles? Is it just because she was in fucking Game of Thrones? You know what I mean? Is this honestly how she's on the strength of Game of Thrones? But apparently she was in some other thing, some witchy thing, right? But she left. Right. She left a wee while ago and said she's got anorexia nervosa or something like that. Some form of anorexia. Right. And I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense. She does look like a wee kind of Skeletor. But what I was more surprised at than anything else was the chick's 19. She's 19, she looks about 12.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does look about 12. She looks prepubescent, doesn't she?
She does, man. I mean, fuck me. But anyway, so apart from that, right, they're escaping, and then we get the other big thing for the first episode, the last thing we'll talk about in the first episode, is the scene when they get caught escaping, Bulby, from drug killer cop guy.
Yeah, well, they come out of the what was the inn again, was it?
Quarantine zone.
Tunnels.
Aye, it was like some fucking tunnel.
They climb out, don't they? And there's another bit of a strange thing that Joel gets out first and just leaves the girls to fucking come up. Like, whereas in the game he gives them a hand. So I thought
That's right.
Another bit of a weird bit, but
and it's weird how that film that scene shot as well, because he's sitting there with his hand right there. It would have been easier for him to offer his hand than not, but he doesn't. Do you know what I mean? It's like they make a point of showing that for some reason. Because I'm a woman and I don't need no damn hand. You know what I mean? Aye. I don't need nobody to give me a hand up near ladder. Like, you would do that to a guy, you would do that to anybody you're out with. Do you know what I mean? You're like, right, there you go, mate. Boom. It's just a thing you would do. But anyway, so fucking cop guy goes and does it by the book. He's going to do them in and stuff like that. Yeah, I think he's getting back at Joel for like being his drug dealer or something. Normally you would think you want to keep your dealer sweet, but what do I know? Know what I mean? You'd be like fucking...
Not true to life.
He offers him it for free. Or a discount, man. He's like, fuck I'll take the discount now, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? That's what you would do. But anyway, so he goes and scans them. Ellie comes up positive. They have that wee scene and stuff. And then you have this... Yep.
Yeah, this I've got a little bit of a fucking issue with this bit. I think the whole reveal of the bite was fucking majorly fucking rushed, and just it was made to be just a really slight thing. And I thought that was really shit. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about bloating in the start of the fucking thing, and then we're talking about bloating while I was before.
And then the Russian things. I mean, that first episode.
With the scene with the drug dealer, right? That 5-minute scene he had with the drug dealer in the first place. Why not have the scene where Tess gets a gun out to Ellie and have that all play out? Because that was a really tense scene in the game. I think they missed the opportunity. Like, the reveal of the bite is quite a big deal in the game, and then they just made it like it was nothing.
Yep, it was rushed, as you say. And that first episode was 1 hour and 20 minutes long, man. Do you know what I mean? And you got all this shit with fucking his daughter sitting in school and going to get his watch fixed and all that. They definitely could have done some trimming and added like a lot more weight and gravity to that situation, because the way they make it out in this TV show is it's more like Joel that was going to kill her, you know?
Yeah.
For being bit.
Yeah. Am I getting that right? Tess does get the gun out to Ellie, doesn't she?
I'm pretty sure, mate. Aye.
In the game, I'm pretty sure. But this is a part of, like, we know Tess is very short-lived in the game and that, but fucking, it's that scene gives a little bit of character development that's much needed between Tess and Joel.
Yeah.
Right, that scene where because he's like calming her down and fucking telling her, look, don't be stupid, and he managed to do that. So that shows that they've got that kind of relationship, and in the whole. See, the thing that was a little bit different to the game as well is, in the game you're left guessing: are these two shagging? Are they not shagging? Are they in a relationship? Are they not? In this, it's kind of like it's put out. No, but it's put out there, isn't it? Like, she's obviously getting in bed with him and stuff, and like in the show, in the game, you're like left to think, oh, I wonder if these two are together. Are they together? Are they not? And then it makes
you don't know to the right end kind of thing.
Aye.
And even then, you don't know what they had. It's no really. She just goes, this here we've got means something enough for you to do.
I got the impression in this that they were like proper seeing each other, and I was it's kind of a bit weird.
And that she wore the trousers.
But that character development with that scene with Ellie and the gun was needed. It was needed to show the relationship that they had and the trust that they had between each other, and you don't really get that.
No, you don't.
So that was a bit disappointing, but yeah, I mean, I think the scene was rushed. But we get the ending to the episode. Basically the reveal, isn't it? It's a reveal, the run off, and that's it.
That's it, mate. And we also get Joel.
They're missing the key point of Joel having the flashback.
Yeah. So this is it. So Joel just in the game, he just takes a cunt out, man. He doesn't need a flashback. This is what we were saying. Like, he's that survivor. In 20 years, he's a fucking he's like a killer now. You know what I mean? They wouldn't think twice. You know what I mean? But it takes him to have this big flashback, and then he loses it. More to the point, he loses it emotionally. He blacks out. He breaks his hand, smashing the guy's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is where I think it kind of made him look a bit amateur.
Yep, and out of control.
Whereas in the game, you do not get that impression of him being an amateur. He knows what the fuck he's doing and he's in control. Like this, it takes a flashback for him to act.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think that's it's just not our Joel. Which okay, maybe they're not doing our Joel, but again, like you said, you're catering to an audience of the fucking game, surely.
Exactly.
Like, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the Joel we knew. I'm guessing you wanted to see the Joel we knew.
Exactly. Yep. Just wee things like that, as we say, being the wee spoon, losing his rag, fucking no seeming of any kind of thing. 'Cause you can see, like, in the game, he's still tore up about his daughter. He's still tore up about his daughter 20 years later.
Oh, of course he is, yeah. But he's got a massive level of self-control.
Oh, aye, completely.
Massive level of self-control. And in the TV series, he didn't seem to have that self-control when he lost it.
I did think, just to wrap up the first episode, I did think the wee Firefly chick was cool. And apparently she was the actual voice actor.
That's the same actor.
Aye, she actually looked like and stuff as well, so it was good. Was her name Marlene or something like that?
Yeah, Marlene,
she was good, man.
Good.
So after the first episode, I was kind of feeling like slightly optimistic, but still wary. I was like, this could go either way.
Yeah. I was very worried at the end of the first episode because I had this impression that Tess was going to get dragged out over 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, I remember you saying that to me, man, and I was like, it could.
Just based on the way that the more of the control was on her side,
Mm-hmm.
I felt, here we go with a modern day fucking pish. We're going to get her being the main character for 3 or 4 episodes, and I thought that this is going to really drag. They're going to really drag this out with the Tess and Joel and Ellie situation when the game is about the relationship between Joel and Ellie. It's not about anyone else.
Exactly.
So I was starting to get
this is why I'm worried
episode.
as well, because of that actor. And do you know the other thing she was saying, right? Because there was a big backlash, right? We're not the only people saying the same thing, that she doesn't look nothing like Ellie. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People questioning her acting chops, which I would know even after watching 2 episodes. I question her acting, like if she's fucking hingy. But this is what this chick said in response to it. Oh, I didn't know how to take it. This is the first time I've had a negative response to anything. I'm like, you're 19 years old, a fucking actor, and this is the first time you've had negative shite at you. What kind of fucking bubble have you been living in? You know what I mean? Do you know what your job is? You're a public fucking, you're putting yourself out there to be a public figure and act. You're going to get scrutinised. You're going to get critiqued. If you know got thick skin... Yep.
More to the point, mate, she's walking around on this fucking earth with that face.
So she knows.
she knows what criticism is. Come the fuck on.
Yes, man.
Don't try and tell me that shit.
But anyway, we're not hating on you fugglies out there, but fuck it.
No, we're fucking ugly ourselves, but we're not putting ourselves in a public fucking forum, mate, and fucking a public view, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not playing some fucking game character.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm going to spam my face all over TV, mate, I'd have a good trim and a bit of fucking work done, you know what I mean?
Aye, mate. Well, I might put off a good Uncle Fester or something, but that's about my acting. But anyway...
I might pull off a good clicker, mate, but we'll see. Yep.
So, episode 2. This episode, this is where it's at now. Like...
Yes, this is where some of our fears are alleviated.
Yeah, completely. I thought, now that they're out in the open world, I even thought Ellie wasn't too bad in this one. I thought Bella Ramsey did a better job in this one. She's still got a bit of blank face going on, you know what I mean, in certain scenes.
Aye, that look when she's looking out on the horizon, mate, that look was just... same look she had all throughout episode 1.
That's it. It's the same look she had when she was watching a guy get the face pan in as she had when she was looking out on the city vista, and she just got that view.
It's quite dangerous when you've got a face that you can't tell if it's disgusted or amazed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's the sign of a serial killer.
See that bit when she fell on the piano and she tried to be startled?
Yeah.
Mate, I genuinely buckled myself.
Bless her.
I did like the one bit, when she kids on to be infected, she goes, was that in the first episode?
Yeah, that was quite good. Yeah,
that
she
was
fucks
all
about
right.
it in the first one. I can't remember. I know the bit in the hotel lobby where she pretends to be the waiter guy. What do you call them? What do you
Aye.
call them? The baggage carrier guy. Yeah, she does that in the game. I remember that.
Aye, see, that made me think of that, made me a bit nostalgic for the game. I was like, oh, aye, that's better. And she got a wee bit better kind of part to play, and she did play. I will say she did look freaked out. She got that look down when the clicker fuckers were running about, and I thought the way they
Aye, it's the
introduced
first
them,
time yeah.
the way they introduced them was epic. But I mean, I'm jumping a bit ahead. The first thing that
So
struck
where do
me,
we start
dude,
in this episode again?
basically them walking into the city, and mate,
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the graphics and the CGI or whatever the fuck they've done to this looked amazing.
Green screen, clearly a green screen, but
Aye,
fucking hell, it was yeah, it was really impressive. It looked fucking game accurate. The world was
it did.
believable. It looked fucking mint.
It really did. I was blown away actually by how well it looked, man. And by this point, I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
totally invested in Pedro as fucking Joel now. You know what I mean? What a difference one episode can make. But
But
the
yeah,
other
some of
thing,
the backdrop locations, mate, were really fucking impressive. I liked that bit where they was approaching the. Do you know where they met the clickers? What's that place they're going? Is it museum? The
yep,
museum they're going to?
they
That
went to the
looked
museum.
fucking mint. It looked
It
just
looked
like
like straight out
when
the game, didn't it?
yeah, straight out of the game. Yeah, that's what I was about
Yep.
to say. Yeah.
It was pretty impressive, man. And as I say, even when they're up on top, they're traveling on top of the buildings and stuff. See that bit where Joel just stomps over that plank that's bendy as fuck on the high roofs.
Aye. Like, I give no fucks. I'm going.
um, but and I like you notice the difference they've made now with it's no spores anymore. So it's the fucking mushroom thing that
Yeah.
gets inside you. And this whole
Aye.
fucking
This
aspect,
was a bit of a. This was.
you
Yeah.
can
Carry on.
you can stand on like one bit of it, and that'll send a signal to the fucking the
Aye.
swarm,
I think.
basically.
I think that's quite a good idea, actually, and that could be well implemented into the game. I mean, it's something that you'd expect in a game, like that kind of idea. So I actually quite like that, but I just don't get why the spores have gone. That's a bit
Well,
of a strange one to me.
I was thinking about it, man, and it's probably because they don't want them wearing gas masks all the time. Because if you think of the game, like even Ellie's wearing gas masks to kid on that she can be infected, kind of thing. And there is big sections there where they've got gas masks on, so maybe that was something to do with it. I don't know. But this whole bit, right? We'll
Yeah.
just skip all over the place with this episode, right? The fucking snog at the end. Blech.
What?
As if
Fucking
you would
shit.
just stand there and just fucking let that thing walk up to you.
I don't. I don't. You couldn't, could you? You couldn't stand there and let it come up
No,
to you like that.
no.
And then
And
she kind of like accepts the snog in a
basically, it's
fucking
like she just
strange.
sits. It's very strange,
It is very strange.
right?
But she's
And
doing the whole trope with the lie to where she can't get it
aye,
fucking going. It's
oh
like,
god.
oh, come on.
I'll tell you now, if you've got a Zippo and you've sparked it 10 times, it's not going to light the 11th time. You know what I mean? It's just
No,
no.
no, it's not. It's not gonna work.
And the best of it was that
Dear.
scene was so pish in a few respects because there's literally like fucking 10 grenades sitting everywhere on the floor.
Aye,
Why not pick
aye.
up a
What's the
grenade
first thing I
pen
thought? That's what I
and
thought. I
pull
was
the
like, why not just
pin
pick a grenade up?
before
Yeah.
you get a mouthful of fucking mushroom fucking tongue? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this. I was confused as fuck. I was like, there's several grenades there. Just fucking pull a pin. I mean,
Aye, and a whole bunch of guns and stuff. So surely you'd have been sitting there with like an
aye,
automatic.
shooting them.
And the best thing is as well, she also lets about 30 zombies run past her before she even tries to light the
Yeah.
fucking lighter.
This is what I thought. I was a bit confused with that. I thought, what's she doing? They're just all going past. What's going on? Is she fucking dumb? What's going on? I just didn't get it. I didn't get the whole scene. I thought the death scene of Tess in the game was done fucking 10 times better. But The end result's still the same, I suppose. So
And
I
it's
was just glad to see that she went out in this episode. That was what my
yeah,
main fear was. Oh god, we're gonna get loads of episodes of Tess, but she
yep.
went out, and so that was one fear alleviated. My only little thing now is I hope we don't get a mopey, depressed Joel in the next 2 episodes where he's having flashbacks of things he's done with Tess.
Oh God,
If
no!
that doesn't
Please
happen,
not.
then we're all good. We're all good. We're all good.
No, no. I hope no. I don't think so. The next thing I'm worried about is now we go to, is it Bill's house or whatever it is they're going to, right? And
Yeah, and we're gonna get quite a bit with him, I think.
I think we are. It's going to be a few episodes, and I think it's going to concentrate a lot more on the whole gay relationship thing that he had gone. That you don't really get in the game unless you read the letters, and you have to read quite a few before you realise his partner is an actual guy, don't you? Like it's
And
not
yeah,
made
you have
clear
to,
in the
yeah. And
letters.
this is what I'm worried about. I think we're gonna get. I don't know if it'll be over. I think it might even be over 2 episodes, mate. I mean, this thing with the test thing is worrying me, but yeah, this thing's worrying me as well.
I mean, I just want to see how we handle it because we know what Druckmann's like. We know he's went full fucking the message, full Wokatitis.
I be smash.
Aye. So we'll see. We'll see with that. But back to the second episode, mate. I paid for the last comparison, like with that scene with Tess, because in the game, is it no the coppers that come and kill her, and she just stands there and holds her aim like with the gun. I'm sure she just like, and you don't
I
even see her
think
dying. You just hear the
no.
gunshots.
You see her kill. I think you see her take down like one guy and wound one or something
Right.
like that. She wounds one or kills one, and then that's it. It goes away, doesn't it? And then you just hear it. That's how you get in the game. You hear the gunshots going off, and you're like, "Yeah, we know what's happening
Aye,
there."
that's it, man. Seems to lay a lot more to the imagination the game at points than the TV show, but maybe that's just the nature of TV, and especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Where
But let's
people
talk about the fucking really good shit, mate. Oh, the clicker scene, man. Fucking, that was done so well. And
it
the way
was,
they move, like, is exactly like in the game. They've got
it
that
is.
down. I mean, I don't know if that's someone doing that or if that's just CGI. I don't know. What do you
I
think?
think there's a combination of
Because
both, mate. I think they had folk in costumes and maybe they were doing some bits with the CGI as well. But mate, the way they moved, the way they sounded, even see the whole way they walk into that place and they're thinking, oh, they're all dead, and they think, oh yes, we've got a fucking bit of luck, and then the next thing, fucking
Ellie sees that body,
sees the
and she
body, and
comes across
then
that body, and she's like, I knew straight away. I was like, yeah, that's a clicker.
they were shitting it straight away, mate, and it really made Ellie shit it, and that scene was acted really well. All of them, man. I was a bit dodgy about Tess and Ellie myself, but they did that bit really well because you felt the tension like all throughout that scene, and then when they finally see them, I thought the whole fight scene was done minted, and the way Joel gets away from one by putting down the block to make a big noise, you know what I mean? To make a big smash noise, and that hides him.
Yeah.
As he's reloading, and the
That
thing
bit with
comes right up beside him.
I love that.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that scene where he was reloading his gun really slowly. I was like, oh mate, it's just like the game. Because in the game, what do? You try and
you've
shoot
got
one,
to.
and then you try and run around a corner and hide.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
yep.
And then reload your gun or whatever. And it was like, it was a perfect little game moment. It was a shout to the game, I think. That he was just hidden around a corner, slowly loading his
Just
gun. I was like, yeah, this is
loading the ammo, mate, because it was fucking dead Pacific.
yeah, it was good that way. Really loved that scene. I think they pulled that off perfectly.
And that's the thing that is like they've nailed the aesthetic of the world now. Well, like at first, obviously, it'd be hard to do a quarantine zone and that. I mean, there's not much you can really do, but like they've really, as we say with the CGI, but it's just like everything about it, mate. The overgrownness, the fucking, just the interiors look fucking just like lifted out of the game, man. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fully invested now. I've still got my worries, but like I am looking forward to the next episode, which is the best praise I can give a game to TV adaptation.
I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this about a fucking thing with Druckmann involved and shit, man, but it could be the best ever fucking game adaptation, man. Movie thing. I can't
It's got
really
potential.
think.
The potential's there, and it's still there after the second episode, which is fucking surprising in this day and age.
Very.
Usually I get an episode deep into something, and I'm like, yeah, this is going nowhere.
It's going to be pish. And there's like Willow.
Yeah.
Like fucking
No,
anything. Oh no. But it's just funny. I mean, we can admit when we're wrong and stuff like that, man. I was definitely a bit worried after the first episode, but like second episode now, as Bobby says, I'm totally invested, man. I'm like watching this to the end, unless there's some mad crazy shit next episode. No.
Yeah, now we've got Tess out of the way. I think, I mean, I know where the next episode's going. I hope we get a little bit of development between Joel and Ellie. Now we need to start seeing that. It needs to start happening. Because if it doesn't start happening soon, it's going to be a bit worrying. Like we need to start seeing that relationship start to build. They're like chalk and cheese at first, aren't they? And we need to see that being pulled off.
Yep, definitely. And I think, for what I can glean for the trailer, there's still quite a bit. We've not seen quite a bit of different things. And I want to see how accurate they're going to keep it to the game. Because let's be honest, I mean, the game's like a 20-hour odd game?
Well, yeah, you can speed run through it less than that. But yeah, if you're like us, we're what I call a proper gamers, where we just literally invest ourselves in the world and every nook and cranny.
Search everything, mate.
Yeah, we're just going through
OCD
it.
Shit.
We're not rushing through it for no shit. No way.
But even I saw like a supercut of all the cutscenes, and it was like 5 hours long. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of content there, and you've seen how much padding. I mean, they're basically just up to just the end of the intro in the game, really. With 2 episodes done.
Fucking 20th minute maybe that they're up to. 2 episodes.
So I guess my question is, do you think this full season, what is it, 9 episodes, is going to take us all the way up to the end of the first game, or do you think they're going to break this into 2 seasons, or where do you think they're going to go?
I've heard something today that apparently the second season's being confirmed, and apparently, I mean, I don't know what the source of this is. I've just seen it somewhere. Apparently, the second season is going to be the second game.
Well, woofed.
So,
well, we could be up for some fucking really good episodes.
In a way, if that is, if that's true, it's either a really good thing or a really worrying thing. Because well, there's 2 episodes down, 7 left. How the fuck are you going to cram the rest of the game in that fucking shit? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking, Bobby. All the story beats.
In when you've wasted. Well, when you're not wasted, but you've spent 2 episodes basically in the first half an hour of the game. Now, what the fuck are you going to do with the 7 episodes now?
That's it, mate. That's it.
So I don't know if that's true though. That could be fucking bullshit. I don't know.
I mean, obviously, a lot. They might cut out entire sections. Who knows? But they definitely are going to, like she says to them at the end, or take her to Bill and Frank's or whatever the fucking name is. You know what I mean? So we know where we're off to. We'll see how this is handled.
Yeah, I just really hope we get some development on the way there.
Yep, we've got to.
Because now Joel can. This is his chance now to show he's in control. Like this is it.
And he'll go into
if he's still not in control, and they do some pitch like where Ellie fucking is the one who knows everything and does everything, I'm gonna be a bit fucking cheesed off.
Yeah.
Joel is the one who literally fucking guides her along this path now. That's it. He's the one in charge. He guides Ellie across this path, and to her fucking dismay or whatever, she's kicking off. She don't want to do this, don't want to do that. She wants to do this, wants to do that. He guides her along this path.
Definitely.
So we need to see that. Like we can't. I'll not be able to accept if Ellie's fucking leading the way and she knows this, she knows that. She's fucking.
I don't think she will, you know. I don't think she will, you know, because
no, I don't think she will. But I'm just, it's still in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? It's still there in the back of my mind. Thinking, with the modern day way of telling stories, I'm just thinking
we've been burned before. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things are looking up anyway. Obviously, we're not spending as long on episode 2. We've pretty much fucking got our initial impressions and shit
to go through.
Yeah. But and there was no new characters introduced really or anything like that. So just the way they've done the clickers, amazing. A day like this swarm thing, it's more like 28 days later or something now. The zombies in it really, aren't they? But I mean, even in the game, the actual ones, they run at you and stuff and all that. The original ones, they were all walking about.
They're not slow.
No, they fuck man. So it's going to be interesting to see.
No, they come at you like. Yeah, the only little niggle I have with this episode is kind of an immersion kind of breaking thing, but it's not a big deal. but I just picked up on it. It's something I noticed immediately when it happened. Is when they're in the hotel lobby, they're wading through like waist deep water almost. Then they go upstairs and they're bone dry. And I'm just
Straight
like,
away.
come on, guys. Come on, guys. Like, just at least you're in a hotel. Use your imagination. You could go into a room, put some new clothes on while Tess is looking for a way through or whatever, and just that would have allowed that little 5-minute scene. Yeah, just that little 5-minute scene. If they went and did that, would allow for a bit of character development between Joel and Ellie.
Aye, because the only thing you got was when she went away and climbed through the thingy, wasn't it? When Tess went away. And they had that wee second, and Joel basically he does like no more questions about me after like 2 questions that he doesn't answer. So that was kind of cool. Like it's showing you that he's not armed up there or nothing like.
I mean, yeah, but they could have had that scene whilst they're getting changed because they've just gone through fucking massive
exactly rather than being bone dry. Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Aye.
That's
the only thing. That's literally about the only niggle I had in that episode.
That end scene with the grenade sitting, they just wanted the shock value of that snog, basically the mushroom snog. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, they wanted to gross us out, didn't they? That's what they were going for.
And it worked. So well done, Druckmann, you fucking creepy cunt. I wonder how much of a leash. I wonder how much of a leash he's on that HBO did. Like seriously, I know he's got somebody guiding it. But I think that second episode was directed by him, not just co-directed, like directed by him. And if that's the case, mate, I have to take back some of my shit.
Well, I'm not forgiving him for the second game, but
no,
I will say, okay, you're on the right tracks in this second episode. Like that's what I will say.
Well, I mean, who knows? By next week, we could be sitting here saying this is the biggest pile of piss ever. The way they went and did something. So who knows? But right now it's looking up, man. I don't really have anything else fucking add to that, my man.
No, that's it. It's a really fucking positive episode, and it's looking like it's got a bright future. But what we're going to do, we're going to do this. We'll come back again with 2 more episodes. We'll wait for 2 more episodes, then come back and do 2 more.
Yeah, well, whatever just works for us, aye. We'll definitely be giving our thoughts on the next few episodes and the rest of the season, probably. If we
So if anyone watching this, you like this, we'll be back with 2 more episodes. Once 3 and 4 are out, we'll come back, we'll do some more.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. Depending on next week, and if we get time or not, we might do just like a single episode thing. They'll be a lot shorter, obviously, than that, but maybe just to hit it a bit as it goes. But we'll see how it goes anyway. But glad if you joined us anyway. Remember, on sub and all that shite, and you can catch us. All right?
See you later.